TKO Talk.
Hey guys, a lot of you have been asking if the 6'7" tattoo is real. It is real.
So Mackenzie Dern is finally up for her title shot after years of ups and downs and slight controversies. There is nobody on this site that has dug deeper into the career of Mackenzie Dern. You all can have your jokes and memes and ass shots and analytics, don't care. Up until recently, Dern's career in positive light was hanging on by a thread. When she first entered the UFC, she wasn't ready to be a professional MMA fighter. I can understand why it was easy for people, even Dana, to see what she was doing in BJJ and think she, like Ronda, could come over and dominate. But at the same time, women's MMA was on a steep ascension. Dern got several early victories by being a wizard in the field of jiu-jitsu, and I was on board for her rocket to the moon. But ever since her fight with Amanda Bobby Cooper Brundage, I have been sus of Dern and unable to turn off the deep diving into her career and psyche. Obviously, I'm just an observer from afar, but from what I see, Mackenzie Dern has been able to wiggle around all of her weaknesses in questionable ranking all the way up until now. I have extensively covered this in so many videos, and all of them will be linked below and on screen throughout this video. There is no point in me reiterating literally hours of what I've already said. But now that Dern knows how to fight and has actually earned her ranking, how is she gonna fare up against the surging Virna in their rematch? Virna Jandiroba has only lost 3 times in her entire pro MMA career, not UFC, but since 2013, she has only lost 3 times. The most surprising, in my opinion, being to Amanda Hebus, given the rest of her resume, that's why it's surprising to me. From what I could see, Virna's current 5-fight win streak is more impressive in the form of name value, at least, than all of Mackenzie's victories combined during her entire pro MMA career. And that is giving the benefit of the doubt for her W over Tiny Tornado and weight bully bribe tactics on Amanda Bobby Brundage Cooper Brundage, allegedly, in my opinion. 5 years ago, Dern took the W over One Piece, but they both have evolved so much since that time. Virna is likely to utilize more body kicks this go round, as I believe she is going to be confident in both standing and the ground. Obviously, why wouldn't she be? Mackenzie's posture, patience, and technicality on the feet has finally improved recently, but her defense has remained virtually, the same over her past 6 fights. Yes, there are a few signs of improvement in said department, but can it be enough for her to repeat? Personally, I'm not so confident in declaring that to be the reality. I believe Dern won the first fight, but barely. She was 0 for 5 in takedowns. Dern was more voluminous in both striking and significant striking. It appeared Dern took the most damage to me, though. Personally, I don't believe Dern's wrestling has improved much since this fight, and she really isn't good, I guess, in the department of real-time adjusting. Virna has a higher fight IQ, in my opinion, when it comes to MMA. I think Virna should be able to cause more damage than Mackenzie, just like she did the first time. Virna is good enough to where she should give Dern solid resistance on the ground, maybe even have the edge in certain scenarios. I also believe Virna is the one that is hungrier for this achievement. I don't believe Mackenzie's goal was to be the best when she came in, and she has been very lucky in certain decision victories and controversies swept under the rug, at least allegedly, in my opinion. At every media opportunity, she has used them to invoke sympathy and manipulate her narrative to one that doesn't even give us any information on how good of a fighter she is or has came along. I think Dern has justified quote unquote haters, and she is in this cycle of being a social media starlet, then go do a fight, not the other way around. Virna does none of this. Virna isn't on Daddy Podcast talking about how child support works and discussing her relationships, for example. Has Virna ever missed weight? Genuine question, because I'm not looking it up right now. Either way, I believe this is the right call for this vacant title. Whatever you think of Dern, her ranking should in fact be higher, in my opinion. Yes, and I have said this before, the way the rankings truly work is social media presence and finishing rate. As a matter of fact, I think that is going to be the de facto decision-making algorithm for the AI when the rankings are put on that. If you go by that, that's what it should be. Consider when Magnum beat somebody, the ranking just stayed the same, all huddled in the top 5 for some reason, just losing and doing no promo work or no family podcast, no bikini pics. This isn't what I need from my fighters, but it's something they need in order to be relevant. Dern has that part down, but has she figured out MMA enough to default to the position of champion in this division? Personally, I think it's Virna's fight to lose. If I were in her corner, I'd say there is no option but to finish this Heina. Otherwise, Mackenzie Dern will be sitting pretty atop the UFC's women's strawweight division.
Chinga tu madre! Chinga tu madre!
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.